Yo, what it do, wealth champions? It is that time of the morning, man, for the daily hustle with yours truly, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur from wealthcreationplaybook.com. And pleasure that you have decided to join me this morning. Look at my head shining this morning. Listen, man, I just want to, y'all know the purpose of these things is to uplift, encourage, motivate, and hopefully help you along your journey in this thing that we call life, man. But I want you to understand something, that we are all losers. Yes, including you. You are a loser. I am a loser. He is a loser. She is a loser. But what's the difference between those who are successful and those who are unsuccessful? There's three main things that makes that difference, right? Those who are successful, when they lose, there's three characteristics to those who are successful when they lose versus those who are unsuccessful when they lose. Those who are successful, the difference is the frequency at which they lose, the scale at which they lose, and the direction in which they lose. So what do I mean by all of that, Cortez? What are you talking about, right? Well, an unsuccessful person, they might try something and they fail at it, or they lose one time. The scar of that loss prevents them from trying again, or if they do try, there's a long gap between those attempts, right? So they'll try something, they'll fail, and the scar, the hurt, the shame, the embarrassment of failing causes them to not try for a long time, right? A successful person gets over that stuff immediately, right? So the frequency at which a successful person and an unsuccessful person fails makes all the difference. It's that person who tries to ride their bike, right? And they fall and they skin their knee. And they get up crying and they go run in the house and they say, I'm never riding a bike ever again, right? And then a few weeks go by and then they muster up the courage to get out there and try again. True story. When all of my sons, except one, learned to ride their bike, and a couple of my nephews who I helped learn to ride a bike, you know the first thing that I did? And this may be cruel and they may be scarred by this, and I apologize to all my sons and my nephews, but I put them on their bike and I took them to a small hill and I basically pushed them down, right? Now, I didn't just push them down and make them fall, but I knew when I got them on this hill and I knew the momentum would start pulling them down the hill, and this is their first time on the bike, I knew the first thing that was going to happen is that they were going to fall. But I needed for them to fail first, get that out of the way, assess their attitude towards that failure to see if they're serious about trying to learn how to ride a bike. And you know what all of them did? They failed, but they were so excited that I was teaching them how to ride. Some of them got up crying. I was like, listen, you still want to ride? Because this is probably going to happen a few more times. And they were like, yeah, that's okay. They dusted themselves off, and within an hour, they were all riding a bike. Why? Because they failed often. They got over it. We're all failures. We're all losers. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is the rate in which they fail. The other difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is the direction in which they fail. See, my sons and my nephews, they all chose to fail forward. What that simply means is every time they failed, it brought them closer to the success that they were trying to have in riding the bike. Yes, the first fall hurt, but the second fall hurt a little bit less. And the third fall, they didn't actually fall all the way to the ground. They learned how to put their foot down and catch themselves. So that hurt even less than the second and the first fall. They failed forward. So the direction in which you fall makes a huge difference, right? And then last but not least, what separates winners from losers. We're all losers, right? But you will never lose if you keep allowing the shame and the embarrassment of not succeeding hold you back from trying again. What makes someone successful and unsuccessful is the rate in which they fail, which means the speed and the frequency, and the direction in which they fail. Do you fail backwards or do you fail forward? And last but not least is the scale in which one fails. See, if I'm going to fail, hell, I'm going to fail big. Why would I try to do something miserably small when failure is on the line either way? If I'm going to fail at something, I might as well fail attempting something humongous than fail at attempting something small, right? I go after big stuff, man. And some of you guys have followed me from the days of my early morning show, Talking Money in the Morning Live. And I told you every day I'm going to be a billionaire by 2027. Yes, I got 7 years to get this done, right? See, I go after stuff big, right? It takes the same amount of energy to dream big as it does to dream small. I'm gonna run that one back because I don't think y'all. It takes the same amount of energy to dream big as it does to dream small. So why not go after the big dream? So we are all losers, people. Get over that. Losing, failing is part of the success equation. You try something, you fail, you reevaluate the results, you make adjustments, and you try again, and you repeat that process until you win. Failure is just a part of the success equation. So do me a huge favor, man. If you have gotten any value out of this daily hustle today, then I want you to hit the like button on this page. If you're watching on YouTube, I want you to hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Turn on a little bell notification so you can get notified when we go live every morning. Usually between 5:15 and 5:30, we're going live with the daily hustle, and hopefully it starts you off on the right path for your day. Also, if you really, really, really got some value out of it, go ahead and hit that share button. Drop this link in somebody's inbox today. You might just bless their lives, man. Hit the share button and share this on your timeline. Share it in somebody's inbox, right? And I will appreciate that. Last but not least, man, if you are trying to succeed in the area of your finances, one of the first things that you have to understand is what's holding you back. So go over to the wealthcreationplaybook.com and download the free ebook. You're also going to get a video of how we're helping everyday working Americans get an instant pay raise on their job and build a business in the financial education space to create $1,000 monthly residual in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Yes, we are not playing, people. If you made a resolution for 2020 to be your year, you're going to get your finances in order, then let us help you overcome the 6 money killers that's keeping you broke no matter how hard you work, and the solution to overcome them. So till I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.